Hello and welcome to another episode of To Watch and To Play, a podcast about two things, movies and video games. I am your host. My name is Will Bretz, and today I have one movie and a couple video games actually, and I can't wait for you to check them out. So the movie I have for you today is called Black Bag.
Where are you off to?
Black bag.
Right. You asked how it works. To be with someone in this business, this is how. You each know what you know, and you know what you'll do, and you never discuss certain things again. I watch her, I assume she watches me. I would do anything for you.
Would you?
Yes.
Black Bag came out in March 2025 and is directed by Steven Soderbergh. You might know Steven Soderbergh from one of my favorite movies, which is Ocean's 11, or a bunch of other people's favorite movie, Magic Mike. Cinematography was done by Peter Andrews, who actually, that's just a pseudonym for Soderbergh. Soderbergh does his own cinematography and names himself something else in the credits. It was edited by Mary Ann Bernard, and that's another Steven Soderbergh pseudonym. Black Bag is starring Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, and a little bit of Pierce Brosnan.
How long do you think you'll need?
Give me 2 weeks.
Thousands of innocent people will die.
Okay? 1 week.
Michael Fassbender plays a ultra-smart British spy named George Woodhouse, which sounds like a fake name and probably is. George's wife is named Catherine, and she is played by Cate Blanchett, or as I like to call her, Galadriel. And right away, I would say it's very clear that this couple, this super spy couple, is very madly in love with each other. They just totally vibe on each other's smarts and coolness and mysteriousness and ability to overanalyze everything and everyone. It's kind of like, a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type relationship, which is very cool. And I feel like they did a really good job. I feel like Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett have great chemistry. But alas, there's a twist.
Find the leak.
Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
So I don't want to get too deep into where that goes, but it's interesting to see Michael Fassbender kind of be like the king of all the spies and beat them at their own games. The movie has really sharp dialogue and acting and lighting. It just looks fantastic. I felt like the script was really tight and well-paced and probably leads to an ending that you don't exactly expect. It is kind of a movie you need to pay attention to because there is a lot of dialogue and a lot of problem solving, but much like going to the theater and watching a play, it's really worth it and like really fun to go along for the ride and see where it ends up. I would also say the movie is 94 minutes long. It's really not that long, which is kind of crazy to think about because it felt way longer, but in a good way. I feel like, I could have had more. I would say another thing I really enjoyed about this movie is just like the writing. It feels like they got the perfect actors for this type of movie, specifically Fassbender and Blanchett. I just feel like they are so, like, you believe that they're mega geniuses. They're really cool and awesome, and you just want to be friends with them. It's an enjoyable mystery, especially if you're in a group. I actually watched this with a group of friends for my birthday. Just couldn't decide on what to watch, and then had this one on my list for a while. So really glad we watched it. Everyone enjoyed it. We had a blast, and then we had plenty of lines from the movie that we couldn't stop joking and sending to each other for the following week.
I don't like liars.
So not only is the movie really well acted, it's also beautifully shot and lit. Just really every frame of the movie just feels very perfect. Like, I wonder if for Soderbergh that the cinematography is like his favorite part of making a movie. It seems like he is really, really talented at it. And if he did that alone, I would still be a fan of his. But he doesn't just do that. He also directs it, he shoots it, he edits it. So I think it's really cool to watch someone who plays a huge role in all three phases. I think the final reason that I actually really enjoyed this movie is because I've been feeling a little bit like a lot of movies these days just like feel the same as each other. Like, Marvel movies, we got Jurassic Park movies, we've got, overdramatic biopics, you got your Oscar bait. And so I was really looking for something different. And that's why I was interested in Black Bag, because it's like mid-level budget. It is not like an insanely expensive, crazy blockbuster. It's a movie for if you like mystery, which feels like doesn't exist that much anymore. So I think if you're looking for a smart movie that feels different than all the movies that are coming out these days, then I hope and think that you'll like Black Bag. All right, moving on to play. I really, really wanted to recommend to everyone Blueprints. Blueprints is a game from April 2025, developed by Dogubomb. The genre, I would say, is a puzzle adventure game. It's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Series S, and Microsoft Windows. You can play it through Steam. That's how I played it. Blueprints is unlike any game I've ever played before. It is a architecture roguelike. The game starts out with you playing as a young boy named Simon P. Jones, whose great uncle, Herbert S. Sinclair, has just gifted you a massive mansion. The one stipulation of you owning this mansion is that you have to find the secret 46th room. And so to find the secret 46th room, you start making your way through the mansion. However, you're building the mansion as you make progress. So you are opening individual doors, and when you open a door, 3 room options become available. And each one of these, they could be a dead end, or they could have multiple door entryways, and you're kind of building your own maze as you go. Each room has different perks or hindrances. Not everything's great. Some will give you resources like gold coins or gemstones, which help unlock rarer rooms. Or you can find tools like a shovel, which you can use to dig up dirt piles and find more things. So just a huge variety of things that can happen each day. But what really sets this game apart is that it is a puzzle game in ways that puzzle games have not been, maybe ever. There are puzzles in this game that are not obvious, that really take you looking at every nook and cranny of each room. There are word puzzles that you don't know are word puzzles until you've probably played for like a week and you're like, oh, I think this is trying to tell me something. There's so much lore about this mansion and the history of the area that a lot of times you might be like, I don't know if that's important, and it probably is important. There's just so many different puzzles that are they are varying difficulties. Some are easy, some are really difficult and can take you a lot of hours to like finally crack, but there's so much satisfaction when you do that it is worth the journey, I think, for a lot of people. And I don't know if I am one of those people, because honestly, I gave up on this game a little bit. It's very fun. I still wanted to talk about it and recommend it to everyone, because I think for the certain personality types, I think you're going to love this game. And not like, I think some people like, this is their favorite game of the year already. Everyone who could enjoy this, I think, should try it out. Give it a shot. Don't look up anything about the game. It's totally worth trying out. So I hope you do. And if you don't like it, that's okay. And that's a lesson I had to learn too, is like, hey, maybe this game just isn't for me. So to talk about a game that is for me, that I would wholeheartedly recommend to everyone, is a game called Islanders New Shores. Islanders New Shores is a relaxing island building game that can be played casually or very meticulously. On its surface, this is a simple game where you build a city which earns you points, and then those points allow you to build bigger and better buildings and so on and so forth. Each island has a point threshold that once you reach, you can move to your next level or island. Or if you made something you love and you don't want to say goodbye to it, then you can live on your one island forever if you want to. This game is dangerously cozy. It's so comfortable and like the perfect like winding down from a long day type game. The art is extremely cute. There's no time limit or rush to anything ever. The music I would describe as chill and lovely. I could seriously listen to the soundtrack like all day. I really enjoy the vibes of this game. Earning new buildings is very fun and addicting. It feels a bit like you're playing with Legos, but there's no big mess at the end. Instead, your session ends when you can't quite reach whatever point threshold you need next to earn the new buildings. So if you're building in a certain way, you won't reach the maximum points that you need to keep going. So the game will end, it'll start you back over from island number 1, and then you start again from there. However, I wouldn't say the difficulty of this game is very high. I think it takes a few rounds for you to figure out like, oh, this is how they want me to build certain things. But you still have a lot of freedom, and each island comes out looking very unique, and I just can get lost in this game. Like the bits of anxiety that I was feeling when I was playing Blueprints, they're like, oh my God, there's this puzzle and I need to solve it. And, you know, just the thought of banging my head against the wall. I really did not ever have that with Islanders New Shore. The game is relaxing as hell. And if you fail to reach your point threshold, that's okay. And don't worry about it and take a break or come back and try it again. Very cozy, really fun, very cute, good vibes, $10. So the price is right. The vibes are right. Check out Islanders New Shores. All right, so I have a few other things that I'm hyped about recently that I think you should check out. Movie-wise, I saw Friendship. Friendship is absolutely ridiculous, starring Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson. And it's almost like the Bizarro World movie of I Love You Man from back in the day with Jason Segel and Paul Rudd. It's like, what if we took that movie, that funny bromantic comedy, and we made it creepy and weird and off-putting. And that's why you need Tim Robinson. I really enjoyed it. I laughed super hard in the theater with friends and had a great time. So highly recommend seeing Friendship with anyone who is fine with like weird, off-putting, like cringy humor. So it's not for everybody, but if you got a friend who loves cringe humor, definitely watch it. I'm also rewatching Lost on Netflix for some reason. I don't know why. That's my weird guilty pleasure lately. I don't know. What's yours? I do want to know because it feels like Lost is like The Office right now, and it's a strange feeling. I should probably stop. Video game entertainment-wise, I'm actually watching a guy on YouTube called Coop's Collection. Coop's Collection is a channel where a Pokemon card vendor named Coop is setting up, kind of all over the country, different trade shows. And he live streams on YouTube, on Twitch. And this guy has become pretty famous for his generosity. He is constantly gifting Pokemon cards, expensive Pokemon cards, to children and people who are deserving. And it's a really nice, heartwarming thing on YouTube, and sometimes we need some heartwarming stuff. So if you need to restore your faith in humanity for a second, I would watch Coop's Collection.
If you want, why don't you look through here and you can pick out any of the Pokemon graded cards to have as a little gift, okay?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoever you just gave a card to just now, he started crying. He was the happiest kid I've ever seen.
The kid that was just here?
He literally walked up, started shaking. I've never seen somebody that happy.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Phil, thanks for letting me know.
Remember that for the rest of his life.
Oh my gosh.
You're making kids cry, Crew.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't start there. Coop makes kids cry. That's not a trend. Oh my gosh.
All right, and then finally, music-wise, I have been listening to Men I Trust, who put out 2 albums this year. They are one of my favorite bands. I'm going to go see them in September, and I can't wait. They're fantastic. And then I've also been listening to Heather, who just put out a new single. Heather's new song is called Falling for the Feeling. I think his music is like really beautiful in a very understated way.
I'm falling in love with the feeling. Nothing's ever felt so true. You give me something to believe in. I'm falling for the feel of you.
All right, and that's it for today. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Will Bretz, and I will see you next time on To Watch and To